What's up, Mad World? It's me, Cess. Let me give you a scenario. We have all these things going on in the world that deal with the human experience, that deal with human consequences. We talk about protests that deal with abortion rights, social warrior, protest, sexual orientation. We have so many issues out there that we're talking about. Domestic abuse, child abuse, human trafficking, the war on Ukraine, human rights, animal rights. We have all these issues, abortion being the latest. Now there may be some talk about going against same-sex marriages, prices, gas prices are going up. We have all these human issues, and what I'm seeing is that it's business as usual. You're still seeing promoters reach out to fighters. They've got shows, and I agree, they have the right to do business. We've got to change up the way we do the business. We're doing it at the exploitation of many of these people who are in these situations, who have no other way out. And to a certain degree, I really don't think athletes who are going to perform on any given night should be given the platform to use the platform as a political statement. I think you're there to do your job. You should do your job. Fighting is a little bit different than, say, team sports, where not everybody's fighting that night. So I think the fighters who don't have an obligation that night could say something in support of their co-workers, so to speak. If they're co-workers from Ukraine, they believe a certain way, I think they should, and let the fighter just concentrate. Fighting is difficult enough. Promotions can do more. They can do a lot more to help bring some recognition to some of these situations without necessarily abandoning their private or personal mission statement or their political stance, if they have one. Sometimes a company is just a company. I like to see martial artists put a little bit more thought into it, instead of just saying, hey, come train with me, join my school, take my classes, and it's just making the money. I think the first thing we should do is care. We should care about who we want as clients. We should care about who we want as personnel inside of our building, the energy that they bring. So that means we need to know about what impacts them, what affects them from day to day, then analyze the potential effects that it may have inside of our gym. If you bring in someone into the gym who was completely wrecked by a past history, domestic abuse, child abuse, or whatever, and then you put them in a situation that may trigger those emotions, you have no idea how it's going to impact the rest of the room. Because when they explode, that feedback may impact you only, because they may say, hey, you're doing something. They may blame it on another student. They may say this place. Once the word gets out, it's going to hurt your business. So you better do all that you can to create an environment. So that means you control that environment from the outside, inside, going back to the outside. You need to let people know that you care about these issues. You care about the people who have these issues coming in, and you're going to do everything within your power, within your basic responsibilities, your basic duties to deal with these issues as it relates to that person. And every once in a while, don't be afraid to have a conversation about it, to talk about it. I just think as martial artists, not just mixed martial artists, but martial artists in general, we don't talk enough about the social issues out loud. We talk about it one-on-one conversations, and we talk about it in private. And I think it's time to remove the veil and say, hey, there's some things out there that may come here. It doesn't matter what, alcohol, drug use, gang banging, whatever it is. You just have to be sensitive to your particular situation, your neighborhoods, your communities. You have to know your people, because all things don't impact everyone at one time. And a lot of times things can impact us, but we don't see it. A lot of times, like the gas prices right now impact a lot of people directly and indirectly. It impacts other areas of their life, like having access to healthcare or food and things of that nature. So some of these things, have to be talked about, discussed. The baby formula thing just popped in my mind. That doesn't impact everyone who doesn't have small children. That's why you have to know who's inside your building, know who has babies, know who is economically challenged, because they're going to make a choice between finding formula, driving an hour for work, and training at your facility. So yes, martial arts instructors, gym owners, we need to get more involved with issues in our communities if we want to survive, because most of everything that we do, our service that we provide, the products that we sell, are directly related to the people who have some of these issues, who are in these situations. Let's do a better job of getting involved. I am Coach Sess, and you've had words with the Mad Coach.